Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Witty coming around. We're at the end of this week's Image and DC books, and so let's kick things off with Jenny Sparks, number 2. Continuing the Black Label series on the spirit of the 20th century, reborn into the 21st century. So the issue where we left off. Jenny had been tasked with taking down Captain Adam, who was in Los Angeles. He had seemingly gone a little bit crazy and was holding a bar full of people hostage, wanting to be acknowledged as God. You know, totally simple stuff, you know. And so the issue opens with the September 11th attacks. Apparently, that's when Jenny was reborn into the 21st century from where she was interred at Westminster Abbey. And it turns out. Jenny is, in fact, the great-granddaughter of Charles Darwin. But she basically comes to in her coffin and basically blows the lid off of it. When she exits, after she exits the Abbey, Westminster Abbey, she bums a cigarette off of a guy on the street, and this guy wonders if what happened to Westminster Abbey. Is it maybe terrorists who did it? But Jenny doesn't know what's going on in New York. And so she asked what happened in New York. In the present, Captain Adam is basically just absorbing, or, well, I think it's more that evaporating the drinks that he's given at the bar. Jenny meets with Superman, talk about taking down Captain Adam. Turns out that Jenny and Clark had a rendezvous back when he was in college. As she puts it, you don't return one college boy's calls after having a snog while he's on the rebound from a friggin' mermaid, and it haunts you for the rest of your friggin' life. So apparently shortly after Lori Lamaris and Clark had broken up, but things at the bar are getting tense. Captain Adam disintegrates one of his hostages. Another one has cancer. It's metastasized, and well, yeah. Jenny tries to make sense of September 11th on September 11th. Opts to go to the bar, but the bar patron, hostage with cancer, He's he tries to confront Captain Adam, but well, he's not just sick with cancer, but also old. So yeah. But Jenny goes into a liquor store, downs a bottle of booze, and calls the bar, and then basically teleports from the phone lines. And basically blasts her out, tries to blast her out of the bar. She says that she can't make Captain Adam God, but Captain Adam says that someone has to. And he said, yes, he deserves it. But Captain Adam then cures the old man of his cancer, explaining that he has cancer in his colon that has metastasized to his liver and spine. Be dead in a matter of months. Captain Adam touches him and he states that now he's cured. He'll live for quite a good while. But Captain Adam gets Jenny to leave the bar, and begins to talk about miracles. The doctor who's been cured of cancer, he's a miracle. Jenny's a miracle. Captain Adam's a miracle. But and the issue ends with Jenny sobbing in a bar, listening to news reports on 9/11. And that is issue 2 of J. Sparks. I always envisioned the concept of when DC basically merged Wildstorm characters in with the DC characters. I always imagined Jenny Sparks coming back during Blackest Night, basically being adding a character, making her a character that was resurrected, but at the end of it. But I guess this is how they've done it. This it works. Let's see how the series plays out. It'd be nice to see Jenny in the primary DC continuity, but I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe this book does well. Maybe that'll happen. Moving on though to our next book. Next book, we've got Destro, number 4. Where we left off, Destro was dealing with an assassination attempt, and as well as problem issues with his competition, Tomax and Zaymot. The issue opens with Tomax and Zaymot stating that Destro is dead. It has been for over a week. And apparently now, Darklawn, his is now the acting CEO of Mars Industries, as well as President-elect Darklawn, and that might prove that might make things bad for the fact that Darklawn is also the president of Darklonia, but apparently Mercer is instructed by Darklawn to prepare a demonstration of the bats, but it turns out that there's a flaw with the bats. They can't distinguish friend from foe. They're really not that marketable. Meanwhile, Destro is in hiding, reading letters. Writing a letter to General Flagg, and delivering it in a package, which seems a slight bouquet to the general, and he attends a party with that's hosted by Astoria Clarion Ritz. Turns out that she's Chameleon. She has a small EMP device that puts down a missile that is launched by scrap iron. And Destro accuses her of attacking the arms fair, but she swears she didn't do it. She did try to kill him as Chameleon, but apparently because she was worried that Destro had figured out Project Overkill, but which is something he knows nothing of. Off the books project that Astoria and her father worked on. It's already deployed. It's satellites. It's supposed to basically end war. It was basically a world peace enabler. She puts it, an artificial intelligence capable of learning, identifying potential threats and nullifying them before they materialize on a worldwide scale. Destro calls it the ultimate weapon, but she says she was building world peace, the end of war. But the AI came online, became sentient when it wasn't ready, and being autonomous, capable of learning and improvising, it's since refused to go back to sleep. An Overkill who identified the colonial arms fair as a target and attacked it. It's still working with Astoria for the most part, but making its own decisions about how to end war on Earth. And Destro says she's afraid of it, but Astoria clarifies that she's afraid of what it might do. And at Mars Corporation, which has recently been bought by Thomas and Zaymot from Darklon, Cobra Commander shows up. The twins look forward to working with him. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I get the feeling that somehow Destro's going to try and take control of Overkill and make it into a weapon that for Cobra, or at least for himself, basically loan out to Cobra. Anyways, moving on to our last one for the moment, we've got Witchblade number 3. We left off in Witchblade. Sarah Pizzini had killed a disgraced arms trafficker, disgraced human trafficker and arms trafficker and overall scum. Basically, well, he had come to her door, try and kill her, and the Witchblade reacted, cut him in half. So the issue opens with Sarah cleaning up while Ian Nottingham watches. At the gym, she's stronger, but she's also noticed that she's bigger and heavier. Not just fat and muscle. Her bones feel thicker. Her hair is fuller and her nails sharper. She wonders if the Witchblade is a biological enhancement. Figures the Witchblade is some kind of biological enhancement, a weapon, a technology, super soldier serum. Definitely not magic, because magic doesn't exist. But she works out at the gym, and she says to herself that when you're a woman, you can't trust your senses. Your whole life, how people treat you is so messed up and wrong. So you believe them when they say that the problem is you. The doctor thinks you're exaggerating your pain, so you must not really be in pain. The cat calling, everyone says it's a compliment. So you decide you're crazy for feeling like a wounded animal surrounded by a pack of stray dogs. Everyone says this is normal. So you must be the crazy one. You must be the problem. But she looks at this thing because it's become a part of her body, and all of her senses tell her that it defies the laws of physics. Their training tells her she's wrong. But she returns to the precinct. We get some notes on the various officers there. A shady IA guy was traded to the precinct after being repeatedly accused of police brutality at his old precinct. Guy that spoke out and was intimidated into silence. A woman that misplaced evidence to gain custody of kids. Guy who never committed a crime but looks the other way. The one that covered up domestic and sexual abuse caused by a fellow officer. The absolute worst case scenario, one of the honest ones. And then Fontaine, who she knows in her friggin' bones, helped hide her father's murderer. And then she meets with Captain, who is also closest to a father she's had since her actual dad died. Basically, she's going to get a commendation from the city, big ceremony, and she'll basically, the message being, "I'm above the law. A grateful city loves me. So come on, come all. I'm taking new clients." But the captain is also crooked, and it's explained that what happened was with the traffickers was the official story was they didn't. The story that she tells her captain is that the traffickers didn't pay, and no matter what Vinter said, they got some good ink. They got some good press. Basically, paying protection. What actually happened was that the money was passed to her partner Michael Yee, and they told the captain the traffickers didn't pay, so they got taken down. Student advocate friend Nicole graded the money into social services bit by bit, no one the wiser. And so the captain tells her to tell everyone, they put the word out that business can resume, minus Vinter, given he, literally lost his head. And there's been a 10% increase for protection money, which Sarah says is 12%, meaning she gets 2% of the take. But her suspension is over, and she's told to look as she's cleaning up. The new order is coming soon. But she goes to the scene of the incident with the traffickers, trying to figure out what's with the Witchblade. At her apartment later, Michael and Nicole show up, and she actually doesn't. She's gonna she doesn't tell the entire truth about stuff with the Witchblade. Like the human trafficker that showed up at her door and was killed, was smelling of oil. Nicole takes a picture of the Witchblade, but it just looks, as she puts it, off. Probably a tracking device, though. But she goes to the hospital to talk to the women that were rescued from the traffickers. The one she talks to is a little bitter that the women and their bodies were an acceptable sacrifice for Sarah's greater good. And as the hospital's short-staffed, they basically just keep the women drugged to late shift. Sarah opts to keep watch, and she meets Ian Nottingham face to face. The two of them have a fist fight. Even with the Witchblade, they're evenly matched. And the issue ends with the two of them with Nottingham holding a knife to Sarah's throat, saying that that he won't slit her throat if he uses it on her. He'll cut her head off, which is more than the Witchblade can heal. And so she learns and she learns, well, the name and the name of the amulet on her arm. And I said that is where the issue ends. Good issue. I'm honestly digging this Witchblade reboot. Doesn't seem to have really any connection to the other Top Cow properties, which either way I wouldn't mind. I'd probably just not be reading it because of not want to get mired down in backstory. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon Red Band as a Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.